Okay, we're on the last page of the 6.4 notes. Notice this one is in table form, and some people like this better, some people like the graph better. So on this one we have that Darren is a sales rep whose territory consists of the 6 cities in the mileage chart below. He wants to visit customers at each of the cities, starting and ending at his home city of Atlanta. So we're going to start in Atlanta. And his travel costs are 75 cents per mile. Alright, so we're going to find the nearest neighbor tour. So if we're starting at Atlanta, we'll just put an A. We just have to read across here and find the smallest number. So I am seeing the smallest number at 533. I'm sorry. Yeah, I said that right. 533. Alright, so that means we're going to go to Columbus next. I'll put a C for Columbus. I'm going to write 533. So now you come over here and you find Columbus. Now I can't go to Atlanta because I've already been there, so cross that one out. And I can't go from Columbus to Columbus, so that's why there's a star there. So if I look across, it looks like the next cheapest is going to be Kansas City. Alright, so I'm going to do a K for Kansas City. And that'll be 656. Alright, so find Kansas City on here. Now remember, I've already been to Atlanta and I've already been to Columbus. So we need to mark those off. If we look at what's left, looks like Tulsa is the shortest distance. So we'll go to Tulsa next at 248. So that was right here. Alright, so now we're in Tulsa. So if we go down on the table, we have to go down to this last line. We've already been to Atlanta, Columbus, and Kansas City. So these are the only 2 that are left that I haven't been to. We'll go to Minneapolis next, and that'll be 695. Alright, so now we are in Minneapolis. So if we go back up to this one, we've already been to Atlanta, Columbus, Kansas City, and Tulsa. The only place we haven't been is Pierre, so we have to go there next. And that'll be 394. Now don't forget, once we've gone to every city, we do have to go back home. So if we find our row for Pierre, notice it's the only row that doesn't have anything highlighted. So I just have to go back home to Atlanta. Even though that's a big number, that's my only choice. So when you're done on the table, you should have something highlighted in every row and in every column. So I kind of use that as a check. Alright, so this will be our tour that we're going to use for our problem. And if we add all of those up, we get 3,887 miles. Now remember, he's getting 75 cents per mile. I don't think he's getting a very good deal here. So if we multiply that out on your calculator, you get $2,915.25. Now since we wrote all over the table, when we do the next problem, I'm going to give you a clean table. Okay, so it's the same one, but it's not written all over like the first one. So on this one, we're going to use Kansas City as the start. Okay, so we'll start here. So we'll start on this line. So if we look across and get our numbers, it looks like Tulsa will be next at 248. So Kansas City to Tulsa, 248. So now I'm in Tulsa, so I find that line. I've already been to Kansas City, so I need to mark that one out. So if I look across these 4, the smallest looks like this one, 695. So I'm going to go to Minneapolis next. So I'll go there, and that'll be 695. Alright, so now I'm in Minneapolis, so I find that line. I have already been to Kansas City, and I've already been to Tulsa. So if I look at what's left, it looks like I'm going to go to Pierre next at 394. All right, so remember, once you get there, go to that line and mark out all the places you've already been. Been to Kansas City, been to Tulsa, been to Minneapolis. All right, so out of Atlanta and Columbus, it looks like Columbus is the shortest. So that would be 1071. Now at this point, I'm running out of cities. Okay, so when I go to Columbus, I got to mark out all the places I've already been. Kansas City, Tulsa, Minneapolis, and Pierre. So there's only one left. The only place I haven't been is Atlanta. That's 533. And then remember, I do have to go back to where I started. And you'll notice Kansas City doesn't have a, nope, not Kansas City. I'm in Atlanta, so notice Atlanta doesn't have anything marked yet. Okay, but I've already been everywhere except I've got to go back home. So notice Kansas City is the only column that doesn't have a mark in it. All right, so that'll be 798. Okay, so when I write my tour, I'm going to start and end at Atlanta. So I'm going to start with the A, go to the K, that takes me back to the beginning, T, M, P, C, A. If I add all of those together, a little bit less mileage than the previous problem, 37.39, getting 75 cents per mile, and that gives me a total cost of $2,804.25. So that one was a slightly better tour than the first one.